Alright, so this is the same place I was standing when I first got here. Got the green monster up. Stuff strung out. The brand new stove. I got a little fire going in it, trying to finish curing the paint so it doesn't stink so bad tonight. Don't know if you can tell or not, but it's spitting snow. It's supposed to turn to rain here for too long. Expecting winds 20-25 knots out of the southeast. Picking up 30-35 knots sometime tonight. So I still got quite a bit to do. Cut you back off, and I'll get back with you a little later. Alright, well, looks like we're down to, I don't know, maybe an hour's worth of daylight left. Thought I'd give you a look at what I got going here. It's been quite the battle. Been a day of things happen and you just go, okay, deal with it. I might get into that a little later. But anyways, take you into my new diggings here. Floor's still a little frozen. Hopefully that goes away before too long. Did get the stove going, so that seems to be working out pretty good. Got a fair amount of firewood. I think it'll get me through the night. My bunk's all ready. So, wind's coming up, snow, rain coming down. I'm going inside and fix me something to eat. Get back with you later. Hi again. Well, finally got wood cut, split. This pine is so hard you almost can't baton it. So, about 5:30 now. Fixing to have me a bacon cheeseburger. Looks like my cot's starting to dry out, my gloves, even the floor, looky there. Stove's doing good. About 30 outside. And yeah, it's 30 outside and 74 in here, so plenty warm. I filled the firebox up about an hour and a half ago, and still got quite a bit of wood in there, so it looks like I'll probably get a 2, maybe 3 hour burn out of it, which is a good thing. Got a hole cut in the back there for my stove jack. That seems to be working pretty good. Put some high temp silicone around that fire blanket. Got her staked out outside and inside, so should be good. So building that fire in here, and got all my kindling ready. Made a bunch of shavings. Actually brought some charcoal briquettes to give those a try. So I put those briquettes in there. Got everything lined up. Get my lighter out. It lights, then it goes out, and then it won't light. So well, all right. I got another one, so I dig in my pack and get it out. Brand new. It won't light. What's the odds? 2 Bic lighters in a row that won't light. I don't know, I must have got some moisture on them or something. I don't know how that had happened around here, but so I put them in my pocket and I went splitting some more wood and took it out after a bit. Got one of them to go, so managed to get the fire going. Hopefully it's not that big a challenge again. Also today, cut my first tree down. Cut 2 pieces off of it. And where is that thing? I don't know. I got one of those Fisker saws. I'll be danged if the handle didn't break off it on the second piece of firewood I cut. So I had to cut everything else with about this much handle. Pretty disappointing. Just another one of them things. Just deal with it. Nothing you can do. Too deep in to go home now. Well, I'm going to get back to my cooking. I'll chat with you later. That feels good. Been quite the day. I hope you can see me. Cooked some dinner. Turned out well. Stove is working great. As you can see, I'm in a t-shirt. It's 30 outside. Turned the stove down a bit. Down to 69 in here now. That's plenty. Kind of a interesting thing though. I thought maybe by putting the stove in here, you wouldn't get any condensation, it'd be warm enough. This half of the tent, nice and dry. That half, not so much. I got to thinking about it, and I believe it's because all the dadgum snow on the ground. Melting that snow and that water vapors. Trying to get out the vent back there. Condensating on the roof, so I don't know, my feet might be a little damp in the morning. All in all, the stove seems to be a success. That was the reason I headed out here today. I've been looking for a different one. This is stove 3.0. First two I made out of welding rod cans. They turned out pretty good. Just weren't quite big enough. About the best I could do is about a 45-minute burn time on them. And with this I'm getting about 2.5 hours, so I can actually get a little sleep. So weather's about normal for us this time of year. Wind is back down, probably 15-18 knots now. Had a heck of a time getting the tarp up. Little windbreak, so I'm not trying to tear my tent down. Managed. So, New Year's Eve. And here I am. Out in the woods in the middle of a storm. Oh yeah, just so you folks don't feel bad for me missing out on all the festivities, the fireworks, all that. I got a buddy at the gas station. I drove in there the other day. He says, "Gino, reach in this box and get you some." So I did, and that's what I come up with. It says Sparknado. TNT. I got no clue as to what's going to come out of this, but I believe it's going to be bright. I certainly don't have to worry about the forest catching on fire tonight. I just hope it doesn't put the fuse out before it actually goes off. I'd kind of like to see it. I'll see if I can film it so you guys can see it. I'll get to ring in the new year that way. Got about 4 or 5 hours to go yet. Sit here and listen to the pitter pat of the half rain snow, I guess. So if there's anybody else out there that go out in the middle of the storm to test out a new wood stove, or some other crazy thing like that. Let me know, would you? I'd like to know that I'm not the only one in the world crazy enough to do this. Doggone it, reboiled my coffee. I built this camp about 2 years ago. I come back to this spot fairly regular, so I just leave the bunk set up, and I got 4 posts outside to secure my tent to. Save some time. Never noticed any sign of anybody else coming out here, so I guess I got the place to myself. I did have 2 wolves right out back of here one time. Last January I was out here, about the end of the month. Woke up about 2 o'clock in the morning, dadgum dogs just barking. And when I wake up and I see this green roof over me, I realize, oh yeah, I'm still out in the woods, and those probably ain't dogs. They weren't. They're probably 30-40 feet behind the tent here, but boy, they were raising hell. They did not like me being in their neighborhood. They kept their distance, so they kept their life. Worked out good for both of us. I don't know if you can hear it or not. It sounds like it's coming down a little harder. A couple times out here I'd bring the coffee pot to make coffee in. Then I got the bright idea. I just buy some of that nasty tea, open them bags up, empty that tea out of it, fill them with coffee, and staple them back together. You don't need a pot. Saved me 3/4 of a pound. Boy, I needed every ounce today. I come out here pretty heavy. And there's a lot of juniper grows along the outer edges of the muskeg. Well, just walking on the muskeg with snow is kind of special because you sink down through the snow and the muskeg. Now you add juniper to it. Now the snow's a little higher. So about the last 1/4 mile of my trek here, I ended up just post-holing through snow, junipers, and muskeg all at the same time. I don't know if I'll do one of these snow trips again. It's better if it's just no snow on the ground and cold. I like it to be 15-20 degrees. Ground's froze up hard, you don't sink through the muskeg, no snow. That's a good time to go camping. No bugs. Yeah, bears are usually asleep. If all goes well, the wolves only come through about once a week, so it's a little better January, February. Hopefully I'll get out here a couple more times before summer. Come out in summertime. It was so doggone hot this last summer up here. I know it sounds kind of funny to you folks, but it was like 75 outside, 78. To us, that's smoking hot. All this muskeg around me, there's little ponds in it, and most of those were almost dried up, which is a really rare thing. It don't go away. This cot I'm sleeping on, these posts over here on the corners, they're 6 feet long. So what's sticking out of the ground is about 24 inches. Yeah, something like that, 20-24 inches. I shoved those into the ground without a axe or a mallet or using a log. I just pointed the end of it and shoved it down till it got fairly firm. but I had to put a cross piece in between the legs to bottom out on the surface, or otherwise I probably could have buried them to the hilt. The 4 posts that I have outside holding my tent up, they're about 5 feet high, and I went as high as I could reach, plus about a foot, so there's just about as much in the ground as there is out of the ground. Needless to say, them little tent stakes, nah, that don't work around here. But I guess what I'm getting at is this is muskeg that I'm camping on. It's just a shallower spot of it. There's a big old granite rock 10 feet away over here and 30 feet behind me. It's like there's just a little depression here that's filled up with it. But, it's really odd stuff. I don't know if any place else on the planet's got it, but Alaska got it everywhere. Come out this summer, I'll give you a tour. Get a little better look at the woods out here. Well, I think I might take a little nap before the festivities start. Well, we'll see you in a little while. Okay, it's official. It's 2016. Let's have some fun. Right on, Joe. Uh-oh. That's it? Oh, there we go. Huh. Oh. Well, this one just keeps going, doesn't it? Alright, well, I guess that's it. Alright, see you later. Okay, so it's about 10:30 now, and once again, that's where my camp was. Less the snow now. That's proof right there how good that stove did. The tent takes up about 40 square feet. Melted her right down to nothing. So, got lucky today. Sun's coming up. Looks like I'm gonna have a dry walk home. Well, see you next time.